Food for thought this morning. Deeper intimacy. A lot of times we try to go in relationships or situations or dating somebody, and we try to go in and have such a deep connection, a deep intimacy with their person. And then all of a sudden we wonder, okay, why did it only last this long? Why did the relationship or the situation or whatever happened, why did it only last this long? And a lot of times we start to think, I was having this deep intimacy with this person at first, but what happened? What happened to the disconnect? You know? And a lot of times what happens is that, and this is what something that God was just kind of just putting on my mind this morning. And he started showing me, he said, deeper intimacy. But deeper intimacy with yourself first, before you can give it to anyone else. A deeper connection within yourself first, before you can give that connection to someone else. And a lot of times we go into relationships and situations and dating thinking that we can give this deeper connection, this deeper intimacy to this other person, when in reality it's going to be hard for you to give that kind of deep connection or deep intimacy to a person when they have not yet tapped into having that deeper intimacy with them own selves, or they have not yet tapped into that deeper connection within themselves to give to someone else. So you can't give someone something out you don't have. If you don't have love within you, then how can you give it out to someone else? You can't. If you don't have that deeper connection, that deeper intimacy within yourself to give to yourself, to nourish yourself, to heal yourself when you need to be healed, and to love yourself when you need to be loved, if you don't have that within yourself to give to yourself first, how can you give a man or a woman a deeper connection or a deeper intimacy? You can't. It comes from within first. If you don't have compassion within yourself, if you're not compassionate with yourself, how can you give that out to someone else? You can't. So only when we can have a deeper intimacy and a deeper connection within ourselves, that's when we will learn how to have that deeper intimacy and that deeper connection with someone else. And even if you have this deep intimacy and this deep connection with yourself and you try to give it to someone else and they don't receive it and they resistant towards it, it's only because they have not yet connected with that deeper intimacy within them own selves. So they don't know how to receive something that they have not connected within themselves yet. It's not that you have to be offended. It's not that you have to be upset. It's not that you have to feel a certain way. It's just you have to go within yourself internally and talk to God and ask God to show you and to help you understand more of what you're not understanding. And when God starts to give you the revelation to help you understand, okay, this is why this person can't give you that deeper connection, that deeper intimacy, because they have not yet got it for themselves first. So you're looking for something that you're not going to get because they have not yet been able to give to themselves. So when the timing is right, if you are constantly giving yourself that deeper intimacy, that deeper connection, that deeper love within yourself, God will bring the right person in your life so that you can give that to that right person. And that person will give that deeper intimacy and that deeper connection right back to you. It'll be a fair exchange. It won't be a take. It'll be a give. And that's what you want to do. But so often we feel as though we can force this deeper intimacy and this deeper connection onto somebody and think that that's going to make them change and think that that's going to make them have this deeper connection and this deeper intimacy with us. But a lot of times what we have to realize is that everybody has free will. So, yes, a man is only going to change when he chooses to change. A woman is only going to change when she chooses to change. So, as you allow yourself to have more of that deeper intimacy and that deeper connection with yourself, God will bring that right person along for you to share that with. But in the midst of your preparing, in the midst of God getting you in preparation for that deeper intimacy and that deeper connection with yourself, He preparing somebody else to come along and to be able to give you that same thing back. So never despise the little small beginnings. Never despise the small beginnings. It may look like it's insignificant, it's nothing, it's just something so stupid that okay, this is the smallest little thing, but I promise you the smallest things make the greatest things. So never despise the smallest things. Never despise and say that something is too small to be important. Those are the greatest things. Those are the greatest assets you can have in your life. When your higher self, when the universe, when God begins to download in you and gives you revelation of what you missing within yourself or what somebody else is missing or anything, though those are not small, those are the most greatest things you can get, because it helps you to elevate. It helps you to understand internally what is it that you need for yourself and what is it that you have to give out to the world and what is it that you have within yourself to give to somebody else. Deeper intimacy with yourself, and then it will freely flow to others. Your connections, your friendships, your relationships will have such a deeper intimacy, and you'll freely be able to give that out without any restrictions, without any conditions. You'll just freely give it out. Because so as a man thinks, that's what he becomes. So as you begin to think that I do have a deeper intimacy within myself, I do have a deeper connection within myself, and as you begin to put those things into work and practice, as you begin to do the self-care on yourself, then God will manifest it. And when God is ready and He feels like you ready, when the universe feels like you're ready, when God feels like you're ready, then God will talk to that other person and He'll say, okay, she's ready for you. He ready for you. Now let me bring them together. Because now she has learned the value of who she is as a person. She has learned the value of her self-worth. She has learned the value of deeper intimacy with herself first. She has learned the value of a deeper connection with herself first. She has learned the value of doing the work internally. She has learned the value of not losing herself in a man or a job or a situation, but she has learned the value and the worth of who I am in her. And when you can get that, you winning.